length and breadth of the nation. First up, our focus will be on the Karnataka government because Siddaramaiah has now issued a clean chit to all those who have been accused of rioting, attempt to murder and disrupting police officials on duty. But Siddaramaiah claims that they're all innocent, there's nothing wrong in giving a clean chit. But before we proceed, viewers, there is some breaking news coming in. Let's play that out for our viewers.
Of tomorrow, they will be unable to handle the entire workload of a state healthcare system. What it requires, even the existing vacancies have not been filled up. It actually needs a lot more vacancies to be created. They have requested for college level investigating committees and immediate student election council, and they are very clear that there is a threat culture inside every medical college, and that is a grievance redressal mechanism is required. Basically, they are still afraid. They don't feel confident to go back to work. It is the moral duty of the government to create an ambience of peace and an ambience of security in our medical colleges. Yesterday, Indian Medical Association headquarters has written to the Chief Minister of West Bengal that this gap in communication, because these demands, as we can see, are very elementary in nature, very much doable within the political will of the government. I don't see any problem there. And we have also put the good officers of Indian Medical Association headquarters. If it is required for the state government, we are ready to help in bridging the gap of understanding between the striking doctors and the government of West Bengal. Thank you so much.
আপনারা জানেন যে প্রায় 2 মাস ধরে যে এই আন্দোলন চলছে, সেখানে ইন্ডিয়ান মেডিকেল অ্যাসোসিয়েশনের বেঙ্গলের অংশ থেকে যে একটা অ্যাকশন কমিটি তৈরি হয়েছে, তারা বিভিন্নভাবে আন্দোলনের সঙ্গে যুক্ত ছিল। কিন্তু এই মুহূর্তে গত বেশ কয়েক দিন, আমরা এখন ঘন্টায় হিসাব করছি, যেটা চলছে সেটা একজন চিকিৎসক বাদ দিন, একজন সাধারণ মানে যে কোনো একজন মানুষের পক্ষে এটা নেওয়া খুব কঠিন। মানে আমরা যারা অনশন করছেন সেই মঞ্চে আশেপাশে বসেছি বা
Well, that was the IMA chairperson addressing the media and urging the West Bengal government to fulfill all their demands, all the demands of the doctors, claiming that they're not something that's luxury, but it's elementary and it's a basic necessity for all these doctors. And the IMA has also written a letter to the West Bengal government because the ongoing indefinite hunger strike by the protesting junior doctors in Kolkata for justice in the Arjika rape and murder case has also found resonance in the state and beyond, because 90% of private hospitals in the city have suspended their non-emergency services. One of the country's most prestigious medical colleges in Puducherry and also a prominent private hospital in Manipal have also extended their solidarity with the protesting trainee doctors in Kolkata. Meanwhile, the junior doctors front lashed out at the Mamata Banerjee government after one of their fasting comrades had to be shifted to the ICU at the Arjika hospital. And amid the fast unto death by the junior doctors, the Bengal Chief Secretary put out a statement saying that their demands will be looked into once the Durga Puja festivities are over. Here's a report.
Support came pouring in for the junior doctors in Kolkata, who are putting their lives on the line amid the puja festivities to press on for justice in the Arjika rape and murder case. The fasting doctors have come out with a charter of demands asking for the state's healthcare to be rid of systemic ills and ensure the safety of medical professionals. Almost 90% of the private hospitals in Kolkata, including some prominent ones, have suspended non-emergency services in solidarity with the fasting doctors. The hospitals put out a statement saying that the doctors would be available for surgeries and other medical emergencies, but not for private consultations. The non-emergency services include private practice, OPD services, and cold cases. The movement also found resonance beyond Bengal, with one of the country's most prestigious medical colleges in Puducherry extending solidarity with the protesting junior doctors in Kolkata. The Manipal hospital also came out in support of the protesting doctors who are on a fast unto death amid the festivities in Kolkata.
We have seen that the chief secretary had called us. She had sent a mail and called us day before yesterday. We sat down in a meeting with our chief secretary, hoping that he'll listen to our demands and he will address them and fulfill them. But we saw whatever they gave us only verbal assurances. They were not even ready to hear us out. They only gave us vague assurances and told us they may look into it, but let the festival get over while all of our colleagues are suffering. And they told us to call off the hunger strike without meeting any of our demands.
Meanwhile, the junior doctors front came out firing at the Mamata government after one of their fasting comrades had to be shifted to an ICU at Arjikar. As the junior doctors vowed to press on until all their demands are met, the state's chief secretary issued a statement saying that their demands will be considered once the pujas get over.
So at one hand, junior doctors continue to fast, they continue to visit different pandals and protest against the Arjikar incident and seek justice. And on the other hand, 8 days of police custody is given to the people, to the protesters who were arrested yesterday from a puja pandal in South Kolkata.
As the stalemate over the Abhaya rape and murder continues, we ask how many more junior doctors would have to put their lives on the line for the government to finally act.
Moving on, viewers, in Hyderabad's Namapally exhibition, a Durga idol was vandalized, desecrated, and the miscreants are currently on the run. Meanwhile, BJP leader Madhavi Latha has expressed serious concern about the situation, and she has also dared the police that if the culprits are not arrested, then she would protest outside the police station. Here's the story.
Peaceful Navratri festivities were disrupted in Hyderabad's Namapally. When at Namapally exhibition ground, unknown miscreants caused desecration of goddess Durga idol. The incident occurred as miscreants moved the hundi aside at Durga Puja Pandal, causing the idol's hand to fall off. Upon seeing the damages deliberately caused to the Durga idol, the organizers filed a complaint in Begum Bazar police station. The police has now registered a case against unidentified miscreants behind the vandalism, and investigations are underway to nab them.
This incident had taken place early in the morning, where a few unidentified people had entered into this Namapally exhibition ground where we are right now. I'll just pan around and show you. This is the very idol of the Mata which was vandalized. However, the organizers have now repaired the idol, and there was a havan which was taken place just some time back. And also at the same time, what we are seeing is that the organizers have filed a police complaint. Police officials have also registered a case. They have visited the spot as well, but yes, we are yet to get any sort of confirmation in regard with if the culprits have been arrested, because police officials say that the culprits are yet to be identified.
Meanwhile, the BJP has condemned the incident.
This is very, very disturbing news. The Bharatiya Janata Party Telangana condemns this kind of act because the festival season is going on. Durga Mata, goddess, we do puja, so many sentiments and attachment is with that. So we demand the Telangana police and Revanth Reddy's government to take an immediate action that who is responsible for it. We have a benefit of doubt that some people wanted to divert the attention of the people, specifically wanted to create some kind of ruckus and nuisance. This is not at all acceptable. We demand a thorough investigation.
BJP leader Kompella Madhavi Latha arrived at the spot and offered prayers. The party has upped the ante against the Telangana government, saying arrest culprits or face protests. In fact, BJP's Madhavi Latha demanded a Sanatan board.
अगर कल 1 बजे तक इसका जवाब और जिसने भी क्या बाहर नहीं निकले ना, किसी पुलिस भाइयों के पुलिस स्टेशन के सामने जाकर हम धरना पे बैठ जाएंगे। जिस किसी ने हरकत किया और उस हरकत को जिस किसी ने भी मदद किया, उन दोनों को भी हम बता रहे, खबरदार, जश्न मनाना दूर की बात, टांगे भी तोड़ देंगे अगर जरूरत पड़ा तो। हमारे सनातन धर्म के प्रति और हमारे हिंदुत्व के प्रति किसी ने आंख भी उठाकर गलत काम करने की कोशिश करे तो समझ लेना काली आ रही है, आ गई है और छोड़ूंगी नहीं मैं।
While the idol has been repaired, the demand for a Sanatan board is now growing stronger.
Time for a quick break, but on the other side, we'll tell you about how Sanjoli in Shimla continues to boil with protests over illegal structures. Stay tuned.
The message will be the same. It will be from my heart. Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Chief Minister, and members of the audience. I can't make a speech in Hindi, so I shall try to communicate with all of you in English. The message will be the same. It will be from my heart. Today is a very important day in the history of the state of Assam. It is a day that raises Assam to a higher level in terms of health care and treatment of cancer that has not been experienced by the other states in the country. It really is a day that cancer, which is not a rich man's disease, is being equipped to serve and treat the millions of people that are inflicted. None of this would have taken place if it had not been for the insight and futures of our enlightened Chief Minister, who has been the driving force in this entire activity. And of course, none of this could ever happen without the support and the earnest desire to give Assam the recognition it deserves, and that would be our Honorable Prime Minister. This Prime Minister and his government have achieved many great advances, and it is humbling and at the same time a question of great pride to know that this event today is the culmination of many months of very advanced thinking. I shall not bore you with more statements. I should just say that today Assam का बहुत important दिन है. आज असम दुनिया को बता सकता है कि इंडिया का एक छोटा स्टेट वर्ल्ड पावर्स में ट्रीटमेंट के लिए, कैंसर ट्रीटमेंट के लिए आज इनॉग्रेट करना चाहता है. और Honorable Prime Minister, our Chief Minister, Mr. Modi का government को मैं thank you बोलता हूँ कि आसाम को भूला नहीं, आगे बढ़ेगा. और मैं सच हार्ट से ट्रीट करता है कि ये स्टेट आगे जाएगा और इंडिया का हाथ, इंडिया का फ्लैग और इंडिया का दिल से इस स्टेट आगे बढ़ेगा. Thank you very much. And thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Chief Minister, and the government for all that they have done. I dedicate my last years to help make Assam a state that recognizes and is recognized.
Welcome back, viewers. In Shimla, Sanjoli protests are growing over illegal structures and migrants. Protesters are now calling for an economic boycott of outsiders as local vendors have started their identification campaign of their shops. Watch this report to find out more.
Tensions are rising in Shimla as row over illegal structures in Sanjoli is escalating. The ongoing dispute has intensified, with the Himachal Muslim Organization planning to file a plea over the recent decision of higher courts. In response, the Devbhoomi Sangharsh Samiti has launched a campaign against non-local vendors in the Sanjoli market. Hindu vendors have now begun an identification campaign, clearly branding their shops.
जो हमारे हिंदू भाई सब्जी वाले हैं उनको प्रमोट करने के लिए हमने ये सनातन सब्जी वाला बोर्ड हर एक दुकान में लगा रहे हैं और लोगों से भी गुजारिश कर रहे हैं कि अपने हिंदू भाइयों से सामान ले, फल सब्जी.
They are encouraging local residents to refrain from purchasing from non-local vendors. Meanwhile, a Muslim body of Himachal Pradesh on Wednesday decided to not comply with the orders of Shimla Municipal Commissioner's Court to demolish 3 unauthorized stories of the disputed structure.
म्युनिसिपल कमिश्नर शिमला ने फैसला दिया है वो तथ्यों के बिल्कुल विपरीत फैसला है. उस फैसले को देने से पहले ये नहीं देखा गया कि उसमें कौन पार्टीज हैं, कौन जमीन का मालिक है, कौन उसको कंस्ट्रक्शन को हटाने के लिए ऑथराइज है, कौन उसको पक्ष रखने के लिए ऑथराइज है. उसको नज़रअंदाज करके एक या दो लोगों की निजी राय के ऊपर वो फैसला किया गया है, जो बिल्कुल ही हम उसको मानने को सहमत नहीं है और हमारी पूरी मुस्लिम समुदाय के उस फैसले के खिलाफ एक राय बनी है.
The way controversy has erupted in Shimla Sanjoli town over the illegal building structure. Now the new flashlight which has been seen here in the capital is that now the Hindu groups have put placards in which it has been written Sanatan Sabji Wala, and it's a way to encourage the Sanatan religion, and they are trying to boycott the other community so that there could be a social boycott regarding this. No formal complaint regarding this have been given yet, but it seems that the stir, the controversy which has erupted around 1.5 months ago, it still persists in the state capital.
Demands are being raised at several other places in the state, which were followed by protests in district headquarters demanding scrapping of Waqf board and identification and verification of migrants coming to work in the state.
Well, that's all we could pack for you in this edition of Across the Republic. Stay tuned as we are back with live and breaking on the other side.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university in the recently released Education World Rankings. A testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked standards in education.
He was really a remarkable person, and I think if you look at the outpouring today of feeling, of affection, of respect, of regard, I can't remember anybody, honestly, in the world of industry who's evoked this kind of emotion among people across a very, very wide cross-section. I mean, it is truly seen as a national loss. He was a man ahead of his times. He took the Tata Group abroad in a way. I mean, today there's a sort of a global, there's a global recognition of Indian industry. I think Ratan Tata deserves that credit. We really owe him a great debt for that. Of course, after I retired from the Foreign Service, I joined the Tata Group, I joined Tata Sons. He had a tremendous understanding of the world on one side. Well, actually, I had a fairly long association. I first met him when I was a kind of middle level in the government. At that time, we started the CEO forum with the United States. He was a natural choice as a person who was to lead it. So those years, we used to work together quite closely, travel together to the US, when the Americans came over, talk to them as well. And then I renewed my, relationship when I went to Singapore. Singapore always had a very special place for Ratan Tata because I think, if my memory serves me right, he started his career there. In fact, he was, during my tenure, he was awarded honorary citizenship of Singapore. I think he's the first Indian to get the honorary citizenship. So I still remember we had this picture, all the Tata, the company leaders had all come there. In fact, if I can find it, maybe I should tweet it at this time. I also remember because he once told me, normally he didn't visit embassies, so he actually came and saw me in the High Commission there. He was really a remarkable person, and I think if you look at the outpouring today of feeling, of affection, of respect, of regard, I mean, I can't remember anybody, honestly, in the world of industry who's evoked this kind of emotion among people across a very, very wide cross-section. I mean, it is truly seen as a national loss. When you look, I think people will realize with the passage of time, today we are talking about India rising, of India having a bigger global footprint. Ratan Tata pioneered that. I mean, he was a man ahead of his times. He took the Tata Group abroad in a way. I mean, today if there's a sort of a global, there's a global recognition of Indian industry. I think Ratan Tata deserves that credit. So he implanted us very firmly, actually, in global consciousness. And I think those of us, particularly from the foreign policy side, we really owe him a great debt for that. Of course, after I retired from the Foreign Service, I joined the Tata Group, I joined Tata Sons. I had many opportunities to sit down, talk to him. You know, he had a tremendous understanding of the world on one side. The world of, my world, I could say, the world of international relations, but a tremendous understanding of the world of technology and business as well. And he would actually bring that together. I think I will remember those conversations in his office, in Mumbai very much. And I saw him maybe about a year and a half ago, last time when I was in Mumbai. But he was, we use these words sometimes, someone who's a titan, who's a great person. But believe me, there's no adjective, no